There is something in Stoicism that teaches the principle of accepting things as they are or only focus on what you can control. And in this video, I'm going to apply this principle in life by using a personal experience to make you understanding the power of Stoicism philosophy in some context. So, I don't know if I should go deeper in the Stoicism philosophy before to use my example, but just let me explain in another way what Stoicism philosophy wants to teach you. So basically in Stoicism there is I give you first the overview of the philosophy, okay? It's a short summarize. In Stoicism, people believe that there is an order in life, and if you follow the order, then everything will be fine. And you cannot go against this order, and if you try to go against this order, then you are gonna suffer for nothing, for a useless purpose, because you cannot change the order. And what is this order? Stoicism says that the order of life is the order of nature, because nature is God. Okay? So basically, this is in this context that you need to understand that when you should focus on what you can control, it means based on the nature, so based on what nature provided you, what is yours in a way, you should focus on what you have control on in that way. You know, for example, if there is a storm, you cannot control the storm, but you can control the fact that you are going to run to go in your home to be safe, you know. And if you, so this is the first thing, and secondly, this is what I'm going to talk about specifically, is to accept things as they are, because as I explained, you cannot change the order of the nature, the order of things, and everything is shaped to follow the rules of the nature, the order of the nature. So when you try to change something, let's explain in another way. When you don't accept things as they are, you are just creating useless suffering, because you cannot make things being something they're not. And the only case in which you could do that, if it's you're trying to change something you have control under. But most of the time we try to control things we don't have control over, and we don't accept things as they are, and we create elusive and useless suffering. So right now I'm gonna explain to you a personal example. This is just something I just realized right now, and that's why I make this video. Hopefully it will help someone, or it will make you realize something. I realized that I not complain, but let's say complain, because I don't have a better word that comes in my mind right now. We complain about how the world is, and it puts us in a not powerful state. In my case, I often think that people are selfish, because I experience life and I've been disappointed by some people who were selfish or who try to take advantage of me and so on. So I am more suspicious now, and when I'm thinking about that, I remind myself that indeed the world is full of selfish people who don't care about hurting others. And it can be true factually. If I experience that, I'm not talking about is it true or not, is it a belief or not, but okay, it's true, but at the end, remind me this: does it change something? Does it make the world a better place? Does it make people more kind with me? No, the world is as it is. If this is true, there are two options: or this is true and this is true, you cannot do anything, so you better accept that this is how the world is and try to deal with it, Like, instead of focus on that, I could still try to get things I want in life, despite the fact, because this is what all other people do, right? People are selfish, but other people are still making money. Other people are still realizing and reaching their dream job, and so on and so on. And I lost the logic. So I was talking about two cases. So my personal case is that I'm thinking about how selfish people are. So basically, I cannot control that, but thinking about that doesn't help me. It's better to accept the world is like this, and even if it's not like that, or I forgot my logic. Anyway, so the point is that at the current moment, because I'm reminding myself this most of the time, like often, it just put me in a victim mood, in a victim state. Like I feel I don't have power because that's how the world is. People can take advantage of me. It's unfair because I have a pure heart and I'm a kind person and I deserve to have a kind person in my life like I am, and so on. But at the end, it doesn't bring me nothing positive. And this is my realization right now, like 20 minutes ago, is that yeah, maybe that's how the world is. Maybe this is true. The world is unfair. People are selfish. People take advantage. It happened. Maybe it will happen again. But why am I thinking? What am I talking as if the world would be something else in another, not dimension, but like there are not different dimensions of the world. There are just one reality, and this is the reality that I experience. So this is as it is, And I think just accepting that's how the world is, then I will stop focusing on that and I can focus on things that I have control on. And in that way, Stoicism is really useful. I just had this realization today, so I wanted to share it with you. And I will see in the next days, months, years, if I keep thinking that way, if it helped me. I guess it decreased suffering, useless suffering, that's the minimum, and in that way I think it's a good thing to be more interested in Stoicism. When I was younger, I didn't really like that because I consider Stoicism to be like a more passive philosophy, like just accepting things as they are and not trying to use your free will to create things and so on. But at the end, I realized that in our capitalistic society, accepting things as they are might be one of the hardest things to do. And maybe this is for this reason that people prefer to do a lot of things every time to try to control, to try to shape the reality. But accepting things as they are is still an action, which means every action has consequences. It's not because it sounds there is no movement that this is not an action that create consequences. And I think sometimes the consequences are much better than the consequences you can have if you do a lot of things. So in that way, accepting things as they are can be really beneficial. Maybe I'm wrong. You need to try by yourself and you need to test it to see if it's true for you or not. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pleasure for me to speak about philosophy, as I tend to keep for myself all my theories and reflections, because I think people around me are pissed off about me talking a lot about philosophy. So if you clicked on this video, I guess you liked it. And if you watched till the end, I hope it was interesting for you. Thank you. Bye.